Did y'all hear that fucking Jingle Bells leitmotif in this fucking Mario Kart song? I did not play Mario Kart 64 growing up. That was wild. Anyway. Hello, hello, hello. Let's not worry about money. You know, that's the thing, right? I can get a little stressed, but overall, Christmas is about giving. And, like, it really shouldn't factor into the larger scheme of things. If you get what I'm saying. Because you should just appreciate some time giving, maybe getting a few gifts. Like, don't get me wrong. Definitely appreciate getting a few gifts, but also just making sure you enjoy people's company and showing the love. But yeah, I'm gonna draw some Spider-Man. Throwing for Bunwee. That's not there. Actually, is that... You do not have to give to that at all. What was I thinking of? Laz, but... Did I make a command for that? I didn't. I don't think so. I can't imagine more Bunwee. Absolutely. But again, you know, it wasn't too long ago when we did an amazing charity stream. So, how about we not be like, give to Cahill? I already don't like this. How about we not be like, give to Cahill? And instead be like, let's enjoy some Spooderman. I was thinking of. Spider-Man does live in New York, and it does snow there. I did spend... Part of my going live message was not a bit. We're giving to Oswald. That's completely fair. I also don't think I have any alerts set up to it. I don't know how to do that. And I haven't been given a prompt to. Because, like, you know. It's been silent, and I'm okay with that. Less pressure on me. I've had a bit of a hectic day. I'm a little worn out. Good old Cahill has I was thinking of been more lively before, but I'm you know, I'm all right. A bit cynical, but that comes with my old age. My old. No. Well, then everyone has to be giving to Laz. Well, you know where the generosity must be stated. Must be aimed at. And it's dearest Luster Lazuli. How's your lot? Is it? I was gonna ask if it's Lazuli or Lazuli. Never. But it doesn't fucking matter. It matters for Laz, my pal, but it doesn't matter for the mineral, the concept, because I will not change from Lazuli. So, isn't that how they said it in Steven Universe? I'm just remembering now that it is also a Steven Universe character, which is probably where I first heard it spoken aloud. I think definitely first contact with the concept of that sea stone was Minecraft, as it was for many people. But as for spoken, you know, probably Steven Universe. Again, probably not an uncommon experience. We're not doing face cam, but I did shave my face today. I no longer have facial hair. Because of one of the charity goals we hit, which was a full-on drag stream. Like, no half-assing it. We raised enough for charity, gotta do full-on drag eventually. And with that means shaving to make sure you get that full experience. So I have rightfully shaved because of that. I'm gonna have to drag this up even more, aren't I? Which is a pain in my ass because sounds like a good time, but I did prefer having facial hair. Like, if I can be honest with you, Riku, I wish I still had a mustache. But I don't now. And I will not for the next, like, 6 to 7 months. Not because it necessarily takes that long for my facial hair to grow, but because of fucking... because I am going to be doing a temporary job in that time, and I'm not growing a facial hair in the middle of it, because it will involve some customer service, so... half-grown facial hair is kind of a no-no. What else? And then I get back from that, and then I'll probably start, and that'll take probably like a month. A month or a 2. But yeah. So we're drawing Miles right now. And I'm using this outfit, which I believe is his current outfit. He's had this for a hot minute in the comics. He's been doing this for a minute, which I love. Designed by Chase Conley. I believe I showed it to friends at some point, and they're like, I don't like it. And I was like, no. I'm a fan of any, what was I thinking of? I'm a fan of any... Okay, I'm making sure things are synced up on my end. They're pretty synced. I'm a fan of any new Spider-Man design that kind of does away with the webs on the suit. Because I love when Spider-Man... Because classic Spider-Man has webs under his arms. I can't draw on top of this. I've made a critical error. Classic Spider-Man does have webs under his arms, and I think that's fine. But, like, the web design on his suit, like, first off, red and blue, not spider colors. Red and black, but not red and blue. And spiders don't have webs on them. They make webs. Spiders make webs, but they do not, like, dressing in webs is not a spider thing. Also, hi, Shadow Mage. Also, is this too much spiders? You know, we were doing, Freya yesterday, and now we're doing Miles. Is this, are people like, no, stop it? Never too much spiders. Critically disagree. And that spider emote is fine, but I do remember a while ago, and Barry was calling this out, Twitch was giving away like a spider emote, like a photo of a spider. And while I've had thoughts about how much can you cater to people's phobias, I do agree with him that just giving people photos of spiders, not great. Like, yeah, I wouldn't... Clowns might be the line. I think clowns are enough of a whimsical thing, more so than a fearful thing, that you can hand out a photo of a clown. But spiders and snakes and such, no. It was blue and purple. Which is... I'm assuming you're talking about, like, coloring and shit. Which, like, yeah. Spider-Man was originally red and black. That was his original appearance. But that's incredibly niche. Saying that's, like, Spider-Man's original suit is kind of, like... It's kind of weird, because he still kind of just keeps the same suit forever. Minus the web wings, which I miss all the time forever. And I love it whenever they come back. But, like, it is still just basically the same suit. When the colors switch up. Someone offers me a picture of a snake. Yay! Picture of a clown. Clowns get a bad rap. Clowns are good. All of Cirque du Soleil is clowns. I did not know what they were talking about in Madagascar 3? when they were talking about French people replacing animals in the circus. And you know, going out on a limb here, I think a lot of animals are okay being replaced in the circus. Given certain findings. I'm sure some people are okay. Also, hi, Kingfisher. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna approach this carefully, but I will just say, I broke the bank a bit on my Christmas shopping for people for gifts, so that's a no-go. But I mean, hey, I am always open for commissions. I don't like coming out here and begging, and I'm not. Like, I'm gonna live, I'm fine. But at the same time, it's important to me. Y'all know your support is always appreciated and helped. Bank does not appreciate being broken, and I did it anyway. Did not have to say they are stealing our jobs, but they did. Don't you dare. The only person I'm banning is Max 2 was taken. Because they commissioned me a lot, and they did recently commission me not too long ago. So, honestly, I prefer when people get commissions. Because stream, it's just like I'm saying dick jokes and you give me money. And, you know, that's... that is a thing you can do with modern technology. But at least with commissions, I'm fooling myself into thinking you're getting some professional use out of it. At the very least, getting an image only you have. But yeah, okay, we're done talking about that forever. Well, you can always DM me on Discord, Riku. You can always. I need to put it more places, but I have no problem with that. I am not picky. It's greater than your skill as an entertainer. Because Marvel United Season 3. Come on. Marvel United? What is that? Is that one of the mobile games? I was watching someone play Marvel Snap recently. And I was like, that's pretty good. And also they use comic art in it. United. Marvel United. A board game. Oh, that's cool. I was saying this the other day. I'm a little less into board games, in part because I typically have no one to play with them with. And before anyone's like, well, we can always do something. A, most of you, I do not know my meat life. And no offense, that's probably going to be how it stays for indefinitely. And secondly, Tabletop Simulator is okay. But it's kind of like a generic Impossible Burger versus a typical burger. Which is that, yeah, it's good. And kind of accomplishes the same task, but you can tell the difference. And I'll do so. Listen. Marvel Snap is probably great. It seems simple. It seems cool. I don't want Marvel Snap. Okay? I don't want Marvel Snap. You know what I want? I want fucking Devolver Digital to make a mobile card game for Inscription. I want to play legitimate card games of Inscription. Inscription is a fantastic single-player game. I want a multiplayer game where I can play it against friends. I do. I've never even thought about single-player card games before. Kingfisher, but like I don't want that to. I feel like that can come off as a little judgy. It's, if anything, it's the opposite, which is, maybe I should have thought of those. Maybe I should have looked into those. I go back now to the idea of, like, the Neighborhood Watch having a community thing. Like, a community tab for, like, what's it called? D&D and shit. We're just fucking 180 it. Heck yeah. There we, yes. 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 Kale never Solitaire? I did not ever Solitaire. Solitaire was a game I looked at and I was like, wow, I don't want to play that in the slightest. But yeah, like, I want, give me Inscription, like, legit Inscription multiplayer. Devolver. I have to imagine it's possible. Give me a second. Oh, Pig, let me answer your question on stream. Can I hang something up in the farmyard? Which is to say, pin something. I need to... Snapowder Man. I am both incredibly excited and nervous for, like pin a post. Yes. Also, that is exactly what I mean, Pig. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm excited because honestly, the tail on a donkey, exactly. Because honestly, it's probably going to be as good as the last one. Yes, you may pin a post. Thank you. Give me a second. Everyone go join Mr. Pig's Discord. Okay, I did it. But I'm just nervous of what the story's gonna be. Like, shit seems to be going down. I'm scared because of Spider-Man 2099. What the fuck is he up to? He's a much older character than Miles or Gwen. So what is he doing with both of them that is happening in that trailer? Terrified. Constantly terrified. Anxiety is just the story of my life nowadays, for so many reasons. Anxiety about stream, anxiety about other stuff. Can someone... Honestly, I just need weed. If I could factor weed into the budget and also live by myself. I mean, granted, I like gummies. I tried gummies before, and those worked out pretty well. Until I ate an entire one. And then I realized what it was actually like to be high. Because, oh my goodness. Oh, I almost did a perfect Spider-Man eye. First try. Hi, Stitch. That is one of the things, I just need to say this. Let me just say with my whole chest, I've never backed down from saying this. I'm not a big fan of Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. And I'm not going to rag on him. Because I'm not talking about the performance, I'm just talking about like, I'm not even criticizing it necessarily in the traditional sense. I don't like the vibe. And part of it is his costume. I think the suit is a bad design. The like white raised webs don't look good, and the eyes are too triangular. Like Spider-Man's original eyes are very slant. They're like this. And that's fine. And my favorite kinds is like what I just drew, which is when it's like this. But then Tobey's eyes are just... And I don't think that looks good. I don't think it looks good. Like... Hi, I'm Hello. Hello, everyone. Is me. Sponsor Man. Oh, that came into contact. Just Sponsor Man here. It takes away a lot of what makes the suit look good. I am out. Just taking away all the curve and everything. Something I like about Spider-Man that isn't touched on too much is how he can be, like, at the same time incredibly friendly, which is kind of his default state. here's the great thing about using digital tool, kids. You don't need to put up with this anymore. Circles, I'm done with your shit. But he can be wildly intimidating and friendly at the same time. There is a specific image that comes to mind if I can just... That circle is not big enough. Bigger circle! 1 second. Let me line it up here. There we go. Much better. Let me see. This better not just be a bunch of MCU shit. Because... No, not that one. I'm gonna try one more time, and if I can't find it, I give up. There's a good image of him with Daredevil. And I'm trying to see... if... Oh, shit. If I can find it real quick. Nope, not that one. Not that one. I keep finding one where he hugs Spider-Man, which is incredibly sweet, but also not what I'm trying to show chat. Yeah, I can't find it. Ripperoni. Juice! I love Juice! Juice, my favorite person. Okay, this is 3.5 hours of Nintendo music. And it has Scribblenauts. That's not Nintendo. That ain't Falco. That ain't Falco. Also, not Scribblenauts, but you know what I do need to... I need to play Drawn to Life 1 and 2 on the channel. And not just make a meme out of it, because I adore those games. Their pixel art is fantastic. And 2 is amazing for so many reasons. I'm okay with there not being another experience like 2 in existence. It's a little sad, especially with how short the game is overall. But I've learned to accept it, and honestly, it only makes it more special. You know? Like, it can be easy to find... You can have a childhood game that is, like, one of many. Like, something people have made a lot of versions of. But it's another thing when you realize a childhood game is just very unique. You grow up and you're like, oh shit, this is like the one game that's kind of specifically like this. And I've appreciated that. So. Also, you know, I didn't say this. I was whining so much. About how things can be. But from one stream, after me aggressively pushing it, which is half a bit, but also I never wanted to overstay its welcome. Someone did subscribe to the comic on Patreon, and I appreciate that so much. Thank you. I did try to make that cheap, because like I want it to be something, you know, just like a thing, and get something out of it. And also like Patreon is one of the few services I can think of where it's like specifically subscribe to this for this. But, you know, it'd be nice to make something off of it. So yeah, I'm not going to call that person out. Obviously, I can see who it is, but I'm just saying thank you. Thank you to everyone who supports me. I'm doing the thumbnail and publishing the VOD for the charity event, and I'm still not completely over that. Given how we raised like $700 fucking dollars. That's so much. Blows my mind. Y'all are great people. When I started streaming, like, someone I talked to didn't really know a lot about Twitch, like, payouts and blah blah blah, and I've gotten a good amount of those because of how ridiculously generous the people specifically watching my streams are. Like, I've gotten a taste of a lot of bigger stream stuff because of how supportive the people watching mine are. And it means a lot. So thanks. 'Tis the season of giving. Why am I crying? Is this about the rover? Well, not the rover, but unless it is about the rover. Oh, wait, yes, I've seen this before. Wait, when did this come out? Not another one. We need to... we better get to Mars. We lost another pal. Oh, wait, that was 2022. Okay, no, that was Discovery. Okay, I was about to say. I thought it was a different one. I completely agree. Yeah, that... No, it was... Yes, it's 2022. Oh, my lord, my dates... We lost another one? Damn it! Yeah, there are. We better make it to Mars solely to recover the rovers and put them in a museum. Put them... Yes, I know. I listen. Yeah, but Pig, I was so hoping that it wouldn't be the loss of another little guy. another friend. Another brave robot explorer. That's what I'm saying, exactly. We need to... I completely agree with... There's a post... Because that was Odyssey, right? Odyssey was the one that went down because of a sandstorm. For like a year ago or so. That was like a year or two ago. And this is Discovery now. We better make it to Mars, not for any fucking scientific reason, but just so that we can get them and put them in a place of honor. Well, that's the thing, because this is something many people pointed out when Odyssey went down, is that it's not corpses. It's just things happen, like minor things happen, that cause them to lose power or certain functionality, at which point, you know, they can't continue to send images or whatever. And like, I remember, like I said, with Odyssey specifically, there was a... No, Riku! You watch your tongue! Talking about these brave explorers. I'm joking. Dying, though. No! It's more like a coma. It's more like a coma. Because if you put a person there... If a person was there, it would be an easy fix. Oh, no, you're good. Don't. I hope you don't actually think you got yelled at. If you put a person there, it'd be an easy fix. They'd be right along. It's more the fact that there isn't a person there. And that they get into tight spots that they themselves cannot get out of. So, like, they're there. I would say the only time we can confirm a death, quote-unquote, of one is if we get confirmation it is damage to a, like a point where a minor fix would not be enough. It's all good. I'm glad. I like to get it. I do get a little intense here. But I'm never going to actually get mad at chat. I might actually get mad at Juice, but that's different. Me and Juice have a thing. A thing where we yell at each other. This is Mario Galaxy. I know it's Mario Galaxy. I've played Mario Galaxy. I recognize it's snowy hills. Damn. Damn. Uncalled for. But yeah. No, we need the first mission to Mars, which I like, has to be kind of a Martian situation. Not where they fend for themselves on the surface of Mars, but more so like the beginning of the story, where they have a small settlement on Mars. That's gonna kind of have to be what it has to be, because unless we find a fucking universe hack, like, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a minute. Honestly, I can be kind of surprised. It kind of surprises me. Well, I was about to say it kind of surprises me, that we still haven't been to Mars yet, when I feel like the trip is physically feasible right now. But then I remember that you have to get them back. And that's definitely harder, because that requires getting a rocket there that can return. Regardless, though, like, it'll take a minute, so they'll probably have to stay there. And if they're gonna stay there, they might as well just pick up the rovers and don't make them work anymore. They deserve a place of honor in a Hall of Fame. I have to agree with Riku Juice. Why is this Rudolph the Red... This is from Kirby. Kirby just did Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph play in any reindeer. I was about to have the light come... Is the light coming from this side? It's coming from, like, up here. So yeah, that's fine. I was making sure it was right. Let me see if this looks good. Well, I've made a grave error. Oh, that's why. Like Musk, for example. No, I'm interested in interplanetary travel, so I prefer they live. Listen, I'm all for unethical science, but if it's gonna keep more science from happening, then unfortunately... Intrum. Okay, hey. Hey, we did enough of this yesterday. I am going to put the kibosh on it, okay? I'm okay with the comments, but we cannot continue. This is not like I'm destroying the conversation, but it is and that's it. If anyone has to moderate my chat, it probably should be me. And as it is my chat. Yes, we did. No, Gold. Gold, actually, no. I mean, to be fair, you can do it in a place where it's not the actions you're suggesting. It's more the image. It's more summoning the images of these people in general that I'm against, if I can say. I like to make sure everyone can have a good time here, and those people are pretty specifically anti-good time. Okay, this is hey, this is pretty bad already. Yeah. And work together and survive. Now, okay. Riku's brought me back in a little bit. Because now Riku has made it a game show. Now Riku's made it a kind of fun game show that I would watch on reality TV. And I wouldn't care if it's a little Hunger Games. I mean, specifically because of the people it's happening to. But... like, you know. There's an Onion video I wish I could talk about, but I'm not going to. Because if just talking about people like the kind of people we've been talking about is a little much, you know, the specific onion thing I would talk about is far too much. But it is funny. There's some very funny onion satire. I mean, there's a reason it's so big. This one finger is a problem. I was gonna make another. You ever have that moment where like something appears in your head and like you almost say it and then and then your brain has the conscious thought of, well, don't. Well, obviously not. That was me just now. I was tempted to be like, and I'll say it because it's still kind of funny, which is, I was gonna say the words finger, I don't even know her, but that is just that is a sexual action. It's not like that isn't, because, oh wait, no. I was gonna say liquor, like, because that's a joke I know, is like liquor, Liquor. I don't even know her, that's a version of that joke. But then I realized the specific thing it's playing off of is also sexual. Are all these Kirby's? No, this is apparently a Mario one. I really hope, man, I really hope that these are actually, that I clicked on an actual video with actual video game Nintendo Ice music, and not like a Siva Gunner kind of thing where it says it's from a game and it's not, and I'm just listening to copyrighted music on stream. That'd be pretty bad for me. I'd prefer not to. I like keeping my VODs around to remember good times I have with chat. I prefer my entire channel getting nuked by the music industry not happen. I had a class towards the end of college, and the teacher talked about how ironic copyright with the music industry is, because so much, I believe I've covered this before, so much of just popular music is remixes of older music. So being like any one person owns these specific melodies is kind of like ironic. I don't know what the right word for it is. It's not it's not right, because again, they're all using it. So I'm not even saying saying musicians shouldn't be paid for their work, not at all. It's more of a case of how stringent the copyright can be. But I'm no copyright lawyer, so I can't speak too much about the details of that kind of shit. It escapes me. Dun, 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 dun. I found an okay. So, let me do this. There's, if you can you see over here? You can, kind of. But there's different, like, ways your brush can work in, CSP, where it makes the edges softer, which is basically adding, like, a very small gradient at the edge of it. And when you fill in enough times with, like, the fill tool, for some reason it just starts turning the outer edges to this, which sucks real hard. I don't like that at all. And like I'll use the fill tool quite a couple times while you know, working on different pictures. So when that starts happening, the thing I've just found to do is, you know, what was I thinking of? Is to, like, blur it. Like, go in and add a very slight blur at the end of the drawing process. Oh, this is jazzy. Now, this is jazzy. I need to play Earthbound. I want an RPG to play, and I've just never finished Earthbound, but at this point, I think it might be the time. I know I said I was playing Final Fantasy VI, but here's the thing. I kind of stopped. I really just... I'm sorry, but... And Final Fantasy VI does it a lot, which I actually think is to... And maybe this is a hot thing to say because I haven't finished the game and so many people love it. I think it's to the detriment of a lot of RPGs to, like, forcibly split up the party at any or multiple points. Like, give you a character you level up and play with for a while and then take them away. Just, you know, just completely. For a scripted event. Like, the more that happens, the more I kind of... How dare you not finish? Listen, I'm sorry. I am trying. Whether or not you want to believe that. But... Like... What was I thinking of? And the problem with... I haven't finished several games. Mood. But my problem with Final Fantasy VI in particular... is, like, it is a Final Fantasy game. And there's quite a few characters. I have made it deep enough into that game before to know you get like a couple characters, and they consistently like mix it up on you and like just move them around. And I'm like, I'm trying to get to know them and remember these characters, like, period. And like they're everywhere. I can't remember who I left who with. I am going to finish it one day. Here's the thing. Part of the reason I stopped playing it is I was playing it on my SNES Classic, which is a system I have, and I do like. But there was news recently about the possibility of 6 coming to Switch because they rated it for Switch, like ESRB and everything, which is sometimes an indicator of that kind of stuff. And Switch is just the best system to put an RPG on. Like, just kind of full stop right there. Switch is just the system RPG should be on. Because not only... Because you can put it into the TV and have that home console experience and then just take it with you. Why every RPG would make an effort to be on Switch boggles my mind. Any RPG or RPG maker should be trying to put RPGs on Switch. And I know I've said RPGs a lot, but I like RPGs. Like, when I went to play Chrono Trigger for the first time, and I learned there was a DS version, I got the DS version. Because I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Play this wherever the fuck I want to go. DS was also good for RPGs. In part because a lot of DS games have amazing pixel art, and for the same reason Switch is, which is that it's portable, making it a lot easier to be able to play it wherever you want to go. I feel like anytime you want to make a longer and longer game, a portable system to put it on becomes more and more of the right option, because you have to make the decision to sit down and play a game for a very long time at home, but like you don't get to decide how long like the car ride to your grandma's is. You know, you don't get to decide that. But if you're not driving, you know what you can do on the drive to your grandma's? You can play like Dragon Quest. So that like, putting a longer game on systems for portable use, I feel like, is typically where you should go with it, because then it gives it means the player will be playing it in long, tedious situations where they might otherwise have nothing to do. Whereas if you have it on a home console, it kind of becomes more likely that the player is having to, like, purposefully decide and choose to play your game over, like, doing anything else, basically. And this isn't a slight against most RPGs. It's more so, I'm just saying, of, like, you know, I only see it as benefiting the genre and type of game it is. I'm more than happy to sit down and play an RPG at home for a while, but it is also much more to my liking when I'm able to do it anywhere. Because not even like you can't play portable systems at home. Heck, they show people doing that in every Nintendo Switch commercial. Also, Miles has a weird design for, like, where the solid color ends. It goes like, it's like around his hip and over this way. Under the leg. That looks bad. How about we just do it like... This is a good design, but I don't understand what's happening with this crotch area. And that's a haha funny for a lot of people. But when you you make a super suit. You decide what goes in the crotch area. Does anyone know? I don't. If I could do one thing for artists as a whole, I would make it so that when an artist shows anything not meant to be sexual or etc., and the person brings attention to the fact that they've drawn, like, boobs or anything, like, in person, that person will explode. That's what I would have happen. Online may be a different thing. Depending. It's kind of a case-by-case scenario. But do you know how long I didn't want to draw women? Because people in my real life, when I would draw women prior to that, would point out that I've drawn boobs. As, like, and I'm like a smaller, I'm a child. I'm like I'm a younger person they're telling this to. Why would anyone... Why are you pointing that out? What is wrong with you? I've tried to draw a portrait of a nice lady, and all you can focus on is the titty? What's wrong with you, Aunt Charisse? Get the fuck out of here. I'm not showing you art again, I know that. Because all you seem to be able to do with it is make me and people around me uncomfortable. But that's the problem, right? Other people aren't uncomfortable with it. They laugh about it. They're like, oh, ha, 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 boob. Not enough boobs in the... Yeah, apparently. Apparently you're such a thirsty horn dog that when a young artist brings you, like, a drawing of another gender, you can't help but denote certain things. Shame on you. That's what I would do. Artists are facing a lot of problems right now. That would be, like, maybe it won't be the first thing I do for artists as, like, some kind of god of art, but it would be quick. Like, modern artist problems, the ones we're typically all familiar with at this stage, I feel like I could knock those out in a day. Day 2 would be this kind of stuff. Like, just common, uncomfortable art experiences. Lord in heaven. My family still brought up at a dinner the other day that I had a live drawing class. In college. Fucking... That is wild. It's wild. It's wild for so many reasons. First off, again... I need anyone to understand that if you made anywhere near the deal some people do when you tell them you have a class where you draw people nude, like if you do that in the class, you will not be in the class anymore, which is required. It wasn't required in my school that people take the class, so like you might just get fully ejected from a required class for the year. So good luck with that. Also, secondly, I never even thought about this till now. I didn't do this in middle school or high school. But are there really locker rooms in schools where, like, people get naked while they change? Because that's so much worse. I'm doing a bad job at drawing. Let's flip Miles again. I'm doing a bad job drawing this class. I never experienced this. I've only ever heard stories about it. Yes, there are. Yeah, that's awful. Whoever thought of that, go to prison. I'm sure the person is dead. I'm sure whoever made that a thing is dead by now. Go to... not hell. No. No, too kind. Go to some kind of new prison we're inventing just for you. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, no, go to prison. You've made possibly one of the worst decisions you ever could for any person in their young teens. What is wrong with you? Absolutely not. We've made a special prison hole just for you. A new type of prison. A prison hole. You're gonna get in it and you won't come out. We're talking force. Yeah, like the school is like, get naked here. No, and by the way, no school should ever have that power. I just have to... It's wild that that's a experience that is apparently like common to some people in some areas of America or any place. Absolutely not. It's wild. It's ludicrous. Absolutely nuts. Do you know the tension that built in my young mind the first time I encountered a locker room? Luckily, both public schools I went to did not require that, and no one did it. But Lord in heaven. Such a wild thing. Such a... And yet, like... Of course, I'm being poked fun at that I had a art class where we professionally drew people not wearing clothes. That's the line. That's the line. I try not to lie to a good degree. Sometimes I accidentally tell a white lie because something about my brain is just programmed to be like, just say yes. Just agree with whatever they're telling you, whether or not it's true, which I'm trying not to do. I should have lied about the live drawing class. I don't know if that would have made things better or not, but I just should have robbed everyone of the possibility and joy they would have gotten from talking to me about it. I should have just just chopped all the Hydra's head off at once. Just instant it. Does that work? If you... I mean, I guess in Disney Hercules it doesn't. Because, the Hydra only starts with one head. And then Herc, chops that off and it becomes more. But, like, is there fiction where if you chop off all the Hydra's head at once, then it do work, it doesn't do anymore? Because I don't blame Disney's Hercules for not knowing that was a Hydra. Literally, the only thing you ever hear about Hydras is having a lot of heads. And that one started with only one of them. So, defective Hydra. Send it back to the Hydra store. Fucking... Whoever made this one was not up to industry standards. I'm trying to do something with, like, the... Because the mask is... This upper mask is black as well. I'm trying to do something with that. Hi, Paula. We've gone a lot of places this art stream. Actually, let's check. Also, you know, I know it's kind of funny. I was talking about Bring the Brink on Christmas, but I did manage to get... I did get a new phone from a relative on Christmas, that's nice. My own phone was dying. I asked for it as like my one gift because my old phone was sputtering and dying, and there isn't like a weekday. There isn't a random weekday where I'm like, hey, can I just like get a new expensive piece of equipment, please? But it's Christmas, and I was like, this can't wait anymore. There's a lot of burn-in. I don't know what's happening, but my phone had, towards the end, my older phone got bad burn-in, and I didn't even know that was... I didn't know it was a thing when it started, and then I learned what burn-in was separately of the issue. And I don't know why my phone had it. So... I'm gonna do... All circles are just incredibly small lines. I think it was last art stream, where I end it with talking about light and shit. You know, the natural phenomena of light. Hi, Greg. I'm glad you've returned. So light travels in a wave, right? Wait, Juice. Is Juice still here? Juice, you're smart. Tell me what light does. Actually, do we know? Like, have we ever been able to capture... Juice is smart. Have we ever been... Because we do have incredibly blurry, bad photos of atoms that we've taken. Functions as both a wave and a particle. That makes no sense. But... Is there even the possibility that... We can't, can we? There is no way we... Is there any way we could get, like, an image of light traveling? Obviously, we can't take a picture of it, because to do that, you'd need light. You would need to have light bounce off of other light. Damn it, light. This is why Einstein spent so long on this shit. All images are made of light. Exactly. But I want an image of just the light. Just a singular light. One light, please. Hello, sir. I'd like one of your lights. I'm realizing as I'm making this joke that light is an item you can purchase, as in, like, a lamp. A lamp or a light bulb. But I'm talking about light particles. Just the light. Oh. That's fair. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though. Gold probably has the closest of what I'm thinking of. But I want just... Could we ever get just, like, an accurate image or imagining of what a singular light particle looks like? Is Cahill's um, thing. Cahill's new question. Oh my goodness. Rotating in CSP is bad, and I'm not paying for the new updates. Or easy just into a singular thing. That's fair. I mean, I'll take multiple, as long as you can distinguish one light particle from the other light particle. Like, I'm not gonna be like, no, I can see 3 of them. That's too many. Too much light in this one. Take it back, guys. Light's so weird. There's a light devil fruit in what's it called? In One Piece, which lets you become and control light. Yes, Kizaru. And if you think that sounds broken, it's because it fucking is. That being said, I've watched videos recently that cover like the different devil fruits and everything, just summaries of them. And he did kind of point out it's like, okay, the fruit says you travel at light speed. That's probably not true, and I have to agree there. Because light speed is ridiculously fast. Black hole, but what about hockey? No. Like, yeah. Especially because, like, the person still functions at normal person. It's not like the Flash where they can think faster. They still think like people. So, even if you ate the fruit and could travel fast as light, that would probably be an awful, awful idea. You'd end up in space so fast. Travel that fast. Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. In the anime, at least, what it typically looks like is that he turns part of himself into light, and then that thing travels first, and then the rest goes with it. Almost like he's downloading himself into the next location, which would probably be the smarter thing. Because, yeah, being able to just go anywhere as fast as light is broken, which is why the Flash never has consistent powers, and or is always broken. I don't know. He travels fast for sure, but it isn't near instantaneous, which is light. I know light takes a while to travel, but for the distances we're talking about, it is instant. Infinite mass punch, yeah. I imagine Flash has to... I haven't gotten deep into the Flash before. I have to imagine, not just talking about powers, but just in general, he has to be one of the most inconsistently written heroes. Up there with Superman. Which is why I'm always looking for good Superman content. Because it's real easy to slip and slide away from core Superman ideas and what makes him good. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying, Greg. Kizaru, like, oh, what is happening? Okay, so the thing I have on, okay. Oh, so I'm so glad, all technical issues at once. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm resetting. There's a discrepancy between what I am drawing and what is appearing on stream, which is a problem. It's not stream delay on your guys' end. It's like stream delay on my 2 devices right next to each other, which sucks awfully. So we're gonna do it again. My immersion. I mean, was it? I don't know. I don't know how that breaks immersion. I was drawing digitally no matter how you look at it. So display. Okay. Add display. Let's. I don't know if this is reset. I'm so sorry about this. Okay, wait. I've reset it. That's view. In the specific way that allows me to make that joke. Okay. Good to know. Good to know, Nobu. Use as main display. Optimize for... Okay. Okay, this is new. I think I've done a thing. Done. Okay, I think I may have done a thing, which is interesting. I've done a thing I haven't done before. This is new. I'm so sorry. Wow. This is why I made a joke. Juice, cover your ears. I made a joke the other day about becoming like a bigger streamer and shit. And my friends kind of wrecked my entire shit. Well, okay, I said I'd be bigger than a already huge streamer. And my friends was like, well, to do that, you'd have to XXYZ. Like, just going down all the list of stuff I'm not doing. But here's the thing. To a degree, it's true. Okay. Yeah. Let me resize it a bit, because... Yeah! Yeah! Yeah, we got even more space now! Look at all this space! I made space! And it's synced up! Okay. Looks good. Looks good to me. Back to it. Miles's feet got fucked up somewhere. I don't know where, but at some point I stopped knowing how to draw feet. That's better. Feet can be weird because typically, unless you're a very specific kind of artist, you're not drawing them a lot in their fleshy state. And shoes can be a real weird shape. You don't even need super, like, specialized kinds of shoes to make them a weird shape. They can just, by default, be this weird shape made to contort around feet. I'm going to get shit for saying this, but honestly, I'd be interested. I don't know any foot fetish artists, but if I did, I'd have questions for them. Because that is such a specific part of anatomy that, like, is not paid attention to most times unless you're doing that specific thing. So I'd be like, break down your process for me. Like, what goes into it? Have respect. Listen, we should all have respect here for different people's different kind of art, even if we are personally not aroused. As long as the artist themselves is also decently chill. Hello, foot fetish artist? Yes, I'd like you to commission with someone wearing only shoes. Ah! Does anyone remember that? There's like a brief moment in time where memes were, where there was a meme of Joker just making unfunny prank calls. Fuck off, algorithm. Yeah, that's impressive. I'm impressed Twitch was able to even do that. Anyway, I've lost all viewers. Everyone stopped viewing. Everyone stopped subscribing. It didn't take me being canceled for no one to want to watch my streams anymore. It just took me being a... just a little freak. And Mr. Cahill, how would you describe your content to our viewers at home? I'm just a little freak. I'm just a weirdo on the internet. Someone should have stopped me a long time ago. And they haven't yet. Algorithm. The villain of Space Jam 2 was named Algorithm and was played by Don Cheadle. I didn't see Space Jam 2. I know this from people talking about it when it was announced. Do I have plans to see Space Jam 2? Also, no. Absolutely not. Let me turn this up. How's this looking? Looking alright. I'm not gonna lie, the feet are kind of weirdly made. I hate to say it, because like I said, I enjoy this outfit, but... the shoes are... Was a Disney villain? I do not. Santa's been a villain in a couple things, though. There's a post I saw a while back, which I adore, because it brought up a point I had thought of as a child and hadn't thought of in years, which is that any movie where, like, kids find Santa or Santa is involved, and the kids try to be like, Mommy, Daddy, Santa's here. And the parents are like, oh, I'm sure, honey. And they, like, ride it off because, quote-unquote, Santa isn't real. The massive plot hole there is that Santa is real, and he is delivering presents. So what are these parents thinking when Christmas Day comes and there are presents there? They didn't get their children. And no one at Christmas got their children. Are they just like, up? The not Santa came again. South Park? I don't watch South Park. I don't know. There's just always been something about it. That's made me been like, eh. Not for me personally. But I'm not someone who's gonna be like, you watch South Park? Ugh. Don't be mean to people just based on their taste. Granted, there are some objectively not great things to enjoy, but if it's just you don't like a thing because you don't enjoy it, then... Well, here's the thing, Smage, is you could be right. You could be right. My thing was always assuming Santa has a type of magic that, like, when you stop believing in Santa, you can't fill in the dots to believe in Santa again. You know what I mean? Like, you stop believing in Santa, you don't care where the presents come from. It doesn't even occur to you to think about it. Like, some kind of magic thing like that. But the problem there is we're doing all the heavy lifting for all these movie makers, and we shouldn't be. Let them explain to us why not everyone knows Santa is real. I want to hear it from their mouths. Okay? I'm done filling in the blanks for them. I think it's completely valid to have some media ask you to fill in certain blanks in the story. To kind of flesh out the experience where, like, not everything gets exposition. Like, whatever. But this one I want one for. This one I need them to tell me. You've crafted us the rich fiction of the world where Santa Claus exists. Great, fantastic, love it. Why does not everyone know Santa Claus exists? He does an incredibly public thing every year It's not like it's the Tooth Fairy, where, like, you know, it's pretty innocuous what happens. Like, that I definitely would believe. The parents just assume the other parent did it, you know? Or they don't remember because it's late at night. But it's a very public, big event with multiple, like, specific items. So why isn't everyone privy to the knowledge? Tell me, Will Ferrell's elf. I need to know. Actually, Buddy the elf would know, huh? Well, no, he wouldn't. Cause that's half the plot of the movie, is him coming to New York and not grasping. Not everyone believes in Santa Claus. That's like a large part of that movie. What the hell? And Santa's not doing it on purpose in that one either. Cause, like, he needs Christmas, like, cheer and belief to power his machinery. Why is it... What even is Santa Claus? A miserable pile of secrets. But Walks, what we're talking about is that in many Christmas movies where Santa is real and makes an appearance, the children believe in Santa Claus and thinks he's real. The adults don't, which is weird because that means presents show up in these adult people's house every year that they did not buy, and they just accept that and don't think Santa's real. Why is that? No, keep it up, because I want to see a cute Stitch. And don't you twist my words on me, Stitch. I'll be upset if you twist my words and say a thing I didn't say. I'll be upset. I'll be sad. I'll be sad, Stitch. You'll make me sad. You won't be sad. I will be. Anyway. So yeah. You know, I didn't even think about that. Why in Will Ferrell's Elf is Santa Claus keeping his existence a secret? When the only thing that apparently allows his operation to continue is the belief of other people that he is real. And it's not like... And then the ending is him, like... Even, like, appearing in front of the news and flying over Central Park and shit. So it's not like he's trying super hard to keep it under wraps. Like I would a sword in my enemies. Damn. I found a video online. It's kind of a copy pasta, except I don't think it's wide enough to be considered copy pasta. But has anyone here ever seen that post where it's talking about the Second Amendment? And I promise we're moving. It's not as bad as you think. Let me finish. But it's like, as the founding fathers intended it. And it's about defense, and it's like, people break into my house. I grab my musket. You know, that kind of stuff. Well, it's that, but it's been done so that it's... What's his face? Oh, I forget his name. Who played Count Dooku and Saruman? Because my pistol is smoothbore. Yes, that is what I'm talking... Yes. It hits the neighbor's dog. I know his name. Same, but I forget it right now. Christopher Lee. Yes. It's Christopher Lee saying that, and it's all using footage from of Count Dooku like doing it. It was a very good video. Oh. I enjoyed that. I should put it in the meme production in my Discord. Christopher Walking, Sir Christopher Lee. Thank you. He didn't defend England for nothing. Hey, so you know how the... Wait, did Wax just... Wait. Let me pause the music to read this. Okay. Own a musket for home defense, since that's what the founding fathers intended. 4 ruffians break into my house. What the devil as I grab my powdered wig and Kentucky rifle. Blow a golf ball-sized hole through the first man. He's dead on the spot. Draw my pistol on the second man. Miss him entirely because it's smooth-bore and nails the neighbor's dog. I have to resort to the cannon mounted on the top of the stairs. Load it with grape shot. Tally-ho, lads. The grape shot shreds 2 men in the blast. The sound and extra shrapnel set off car alarms. Fix bayonet and charge the last terrified rapscallion. He bleeds out waiting on the police to arrive, since triangular bayonet wounds are impossible to stitch up, just as the founding fathers intended. Oh. Oh, that... I adore that meme. That one's very good. Underrated. Underrated. Frankly. You're welcome. I appreciate it, Walks. Oh, it's so good. Misses them entirely. Nails the neighbor's dog. That gets me every time. Oh. Anyway, so you know how the Queen of England died? Does that undo all the knighting? Do you have to get re-knighted by the king now? You know? Like, she knighted a few people. Are they no longer knights? I don't think so. But what if it... Does Elton John have to go back to England for a hot minute? And just, like... What was I thinking of? And just get re-knighted for a hot second. Does Elton John have to go back to England for a hot minute and kill a dragon? To unnight someone? No, you're still a knight. You know what I also just thought of? In the second Kingsman movie, I do enjoy me a Kingsman movie. Wait a minute. What am I doing? I'm drawing incredibly boring stuff on this Spider-Man. Let's make it a bit more interesting. There we go. That is more like it. That is what I am talking about. Okay. I am going to fill this in. Wait. Yeah, that works. I'm gonna do this too. I want it to look good. I want it to be a crewmate and also look good at the same time. I have to get rid of some of the backpack. Camera vote knighthood. Oh. But anyway, I was just thinking of, in the second Kingsman movie, the main villain is obsessed with Americana. Like, she's really into, like, 50s American imagery and everything. But she has specifically kidnapped, as a callback to the first movie, Elton John. And Elton John is fantastic. I love his songs. But he's British. It's inferred there were other celebrities kidnapped for her to pick from. Why did she specifically choose Elton? Does she just like Elton John that much? I'm just saying, it's a bit of... It breaks theming a bit for her evil lair. She's gone to meticulous, like, ends in order to make sure that her, like, evil location is specifically Americana themed. And yet here, she's made it so that one of the biggest attractions there, Elton John, is not from America. Did Elton have a clause in his contract that he had to swear in each of his scenes? I hope he did. Pop culture, honestly. So I will not call out more YouTube channels than this, but CinemaSins and stuff is one of those kinds of things where, like, I saw it and I watched a bunch of them, and then I got tired of it, and I have not gone back. I was tempted to name another one and compare it to one I haven't gotten tired of. But I said I wasn't going to do that, and I'm not going to. The Kingsman. Kingsman is great. Oh, wait, that's the prequel, right? I didn't want to watch the prequel. I love the series. Maybe I'll watch it one day, but I'm not gonna go out of my way for it. Like, don't get me wrong. I like the world and the fiction they've built, but I am also kind of there for, like, the characters they've had in the original. You know what I mean? Yeah. Also, yeah, it's just so much better to hear people talk about what they love as opposed to stuff they're just shitting on for shitting on sakes. They hit it Rasputin. Okay, well, you are bringing me around a bit, Wox. But yeah. I don't know. I'm just... I like the first two Kingsmen. And I like the characters they have in them. So even though I am somewhat down for a movie by those people with the same tone, specifically making it a Kingsman movie without any of those is like makes me a bit like, I want to see the characters I like again, you know? Gregory. Oh my goodness. But like, yeah. I'm trying to think any movies I will say I think I'm excited for Disney's like Strange World specifically. That one looks kind of neat. But then isn't Pixar doing Elementals? I don't know. That one seems very generic to me. I'd be willing to give it a shot because my mom, who is very much more into Disney than I am, or at least current Disney, said some stuff about like hearing it was good and everything. So maybe, but the designs are weirdly just like. Excited for Spider-Verse though. Absolutely. Watched Avatar? I have not. I'm not going to get into that, Wox, because I do not care for Avatar. And I was just talking about not shitting on things. But that being said, I've heard the new one's good. Which, like, I'll give it to that, you know? to be fair, like, if they just keep making those movies and they become progressively better, that is definitely better than making one that is good and then a lot of follow-ups that aren't. You know what I mean? Like, if James Cameron is just like, I'm just gonna keep making these things better than the last one, then fucking good for the people who like Avatar, because that just means they've gotten in on the ground floor of something that will eventually be much more than it originally was. That being said, well, that was my problem with the first one, Greg, is that was most of what was carrying it, and I didn't care for that. But all that being said, you can't convince me that before Way of Water came out, on Twitter, someone was talking about a tertiary character they liked from the original one. I believe that person was paid by James Cameron. You can't convince me that person knew that, like, just naturally. They at the very least had to look it up after rewatching it. I don't believe they knew it off the top of... I don't believe they knew of that character, like, off the top of their head. They definitely didn't know their name. I was also thinking that, Greg. It's kind of bad enough that James Cameron's Avatar has the same type of title as one of the greatest shows ever made. But now one of it's also named after water, which is a major... Exactly, wrong Avatar. It's all getting mixed up. I did learn, apparently the reason it's called Avatar Last Airbender is because Avatar, just Avatar, was already copyrighted for the movie. And it's so weird because you don't know why it's called Avatar until Korra. And Korra isn't called Avatar. It's not Avatar, The Legend of Korra. It's just called The Legend of Korra. I need to look this up. I need to make sure I'm right. The Legend of Korra. Yeah, no, it's just called The Legend of Korra. They could have called it Avatar, The Legend of Korra. But they didn't. They didn't keep with the theming. Despite the fact that The Legend of Korra is why you find out why it's called the Avatar. Like, I guess it kind of makes sense. No, it doesn't. Because Avatar is a word that exists in the English lexicon and has a meaning. So even though it's the title of the important person in the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender, you don't know why they're called the Avatar until Legend of Korra, which is not called Avatar, subtitle Legend of Korra. It's wild. So wild. But that is another good thing. Avatar, you know, because Avatar media not made by, like, the original creators and such, famously not successful, but the more you bring outside stuff into Avatar productions, the less in quality it becomes. And Avatar has its own, and those guys have their own studios now to make Avatar stuff. How it should be. So, I'm glad for them. Getting more yes. Yes, we. Humanity as a whole, Greg. Is this like... This says Sonic Unleashed. Okay, no, this is Ice Climbers. Maybe I should... You know what I'm gonna try and do? Instead of tabbing out for the music, let me just have the music like as in a different window. And maybe that'll help it run better. Who knows? Who even knows? Do y'all know technology? I don't. Cower bummer, dude. I should watch. You know what sucks? I was giving Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles a chance. Not that I had anything against it, I just hadn't watched it. After becoming a fan with the 2012 animated one. And you know why I stopped watching it? Oh, you're good, Riku. First off, you owe me nothing, and second off, if you were just like lurking, like with the window open, you're completely good. I cannot complain about that. Really can't. You wanna know what sucks about that though? Netflix, which is what I was watching it on, has the episodes out of story order. So stuff will happen, and you won't know what's going on, only to find out that it's because it's in the wrong order. Why would anyone do that? Yeah, Netflix is... I wish I could stand by Netflix more, because at one point it was the place, but... Fuck that. That's so shitty. Just so genuinely not cool. But that being said, I do have one, not to be, because Rise does not need more flack than it got upon release. But I'm sorry to say, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I do have one bit of criticism, which is that, like, I don't remember if there's a good power crawl, oh my, in 2012. But that's kind of what Rise is going for, is a power crawl situation. And I'm okay with that. The larger problem being, they start out, like, it's not like people don't know who the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And these versions of the Turtles start out very, very, very low on the ladder, to the point where you can hesitate to call them ninjas. Which is more so, I guess, a criticism of like action scenes. It's a bit of narrative pacing criticism, but still, it's just a thing of just like, I imagine maybe this show would have gotten even less flack if we had been able to start out with some, like, just slightly more, you know, not experienced, just trained turtles. It's kind of inferred Splinter's barely even trained them. So. Bert. I have a few shows, yeah. Looked at it, I was like, come on, yeah, it's really bad. I need to find another service to watch Rise on. And just start over. Well, it started at a certain point, because I remember where I was narratively in order before. Regardless, though, I will say, one thing, it's not because Splinter doesn't care. In fact, Rise has a really cool version of Splinter I do love. But I shouldn't. I don't know. That's up to you. That's up to you, Wax. I have no control over your video watching habits. But, Rise is one of my favorite versions of Splinters, and part of what brought me to that decision is the fact that he refers to the turtles by their colors. He refers to Leo, Mikey, Raph, and Donnie as purple, orange, red, and blue. And that is just incredible. I adore that. But, like, to kind of balance that out, the show also kind of does the most... Like, the show plays up the father and son aspect of TMNT more so than I think most versions typically do. So, which one is blue? Blue is blue, Greg. So, like, it's kind of counterbalancing, you know? It's not like Splinter doesn't care about the turtles. He genuinely does. He refers to them as his sons, very purposefully. It is just, he remembers them by color scheme. Which, to be fair, the turtles in this show do have markings of certain colors. Like, Raph has red marks, Leo has blue marks, so... Thought purple was the blue one. No, Wax. So it's not even like he's just tying a flag onto him and being like, okay, I can't remember you guys without these, so keep them on. Also, I did watch the, like, pilot of Rise. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, Wax, is that's kind of the problem, is that it does have some great animated stuff, but just narratively and things, the turtles start off, like, incredibly inexperienced to the point where, again, it's kind of hard even to call them ninjas. So it can take a minute to get there, and some of the earlier ones kind of feel like they're lacking in, like, that, just that little bit of cool factor. It's just... It's not even a grander show nitpick. It just more or less ties into the fact that, like, we've seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles before, so to start with them so inexperienced in a new series is, like, it's a little jarring. On the other hand, though, I was about to say, I've watched the pilot. Yeah, that is cool, for sure. I noticed that after a while, because I was like, they look a little different. But regardless, I watched the pilot a while before starting to watch the actual show. And what the show, in terms of pacing, does that I adore is that when the show starts, they already know April McNeil. Which is perfect. We don't need to see the turtles, like, find April and she's freaked out that they're turtles, etc. Etc. We've done that, like, I don't know, fucking a dozen times at this point. We absolutely don't need to see it again. Okay? I don't need to see April McNeil freak out over the fact that turtles exist. For the 5th time. I'm begging you. I would not have known, Greg. Oh, thank you. This is just like random Nintendo music. So. I am determined to, start Paper Mario and streaming it in 2023. We'll see how early I get to it, because I gotta finish Dark Souls 2, which I'm hoping to do in December, but we'll see. And then Sekiro, which will probably be in January. And then we can think of Paper Mario. Greg suggested that a while ago. Greg's a chill dude, always here so much of the time. It'd be very rude for me not to earnestly take his suggestion. Also, I think he did it with a donation. So. And, like, sometimes I'm focusing a lot on Dark Souls gameplay and shit, to the point where I'm just thinking about that and not, like, commenting more. Yeah, I don't know either, Greg. It was a while ago and I couldn't even tell. I think it might have been an art stream. Maybe. Couldn't even tell you that. But with that in mind, Paper Mario would be good because I've never played it before, but it's not very, it's an RPG. Like, it's not gameplay intensive. I don't have to worry too much about, like, performing well in-game. I just have to not be a complete moron and, you know, die for no reason against random enemies. I'm sure it'll get tougher as it goes on and stuff, but at the beginning of it, sure. Also, here's the thing. Listen, I know Paper Mario fans hate newer Paper Marios. I thought Origami King looked good. At the very least, just, like, regular good, if not, like, a standout title. And I looked it up. Thousand Year Door has no other official release besides the first one, which is, even as someone who is not a Paper Mario fan, that's stupid. That is dumb. So I feel like if I enjoy Paper Mario 1, then maybe I'll get and stream Origami King. Because I can't look at because I can't officially play the other ones. The other one people adore. Super Paper Mario is a platformer, and people don't like the other ones. Don't play Spicker Star and Color Splash. Yes. As I've heard. That's what I'm saying. So it's like I could emulate Thousand Year Door. I'm sure a million people do, but, like, I don't know. Again, it's not even a thing against me wanting to do emulation. That is the strongest case for emulating a game, whether it be off or on stream, I've ever heard. For sure. It's just, I'm not sure I'd want to play Thousand Year Door for myself, and streaming it would be an endeavor. It is an RPG. It is a long RPG. So it would take a while to get through, and I'm not sure I want to commit to that. So at that point, I think I might just want to do the tail ends of the current Paper Mario spectrum and see how I like them. And maybe if I like both of those, I'll give Thousand Year Door a shot. For myself, more than anything. Because again, even if I'm okay with emulating it, it might be a little hefty to take on stream. And yeah, I want to play Final Fantasies on stream. But here's the thing. I want to play Final Fantasies on stream. The more other long RPGs I do on stream that aren't Final Fantasies, the less I play Final Fantasy. So, I am willing to say probably not Thousand Year Door. Especially since, like, again, even if I like the first and last Paper Mario, there's no guarantee I'll love Shadow Hearts. You were saying that the other day, Rico. Don't stream our JRPGs. I'm gonna do it, Pig. Pig, you don't get it. You can't come at me, Pig, with your quote-unquote numbers and analytics. I'm an art streamer. Okay? Pig, every day, I look at the go live button and shoot myself in the foot before I go live. A JRPG can't do any more damage than I've already done to myself. That being said, back to Thousand Year Door, I was about to say one of the other reasons I wouldn't want to stream it is because people... That is a game people froth at the mouth for. People go nuts for Thousand Year Door. And if I don't have those feelings, it's going to be an awkward day. It's going to be a time on twitch.tv/CahillComics. In the whole dang year. Pig, I did not get to nearly the amount of games I wanted to this year. I'm also okay with that. You can give me your terms and conditions, Pig. I'll accept them without reading them first. What about Celeste? Celeste is another kind of game I wouldn't want to stream. After a Cuphead fiasco, which will go down in infamy, what was I thinking of? I've just sworn off playing mechanically difficult games blindly on stream. It's not going to happen again. Glitched Attraction didn't help with that either. I forget if that VOD's even up. It might not be. I forget what I did to try and salvage that stream. Regardless, though. No more hyper-blind playthroughs for Cahill. We're done with that. You should still play Celeste. I mean... Now play Nier Automata, then. That's another... I was enjoying my time with Nier Automata. I should probably get back to it. Maybe I should just be playing that for the RPG I want to play. I don't see why not. You know, that's probably what I'll do. But I don't know. Maybe even Nier. Lust is worth your time. Oh, my lord. I'd argue you guys should be urging me to not play Celeste if you want me to check it out. Not because of the typical Cahill, fuck you, I do what I want attitude. But the more people hype things up for me, the more I'm like, do I want to do this? Or overestimating. Okay. 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 I'll check out Celeste at some point. People are... I've said a lot of opinions on stream I think people would get upset about. But the one people actually are holding a knife at me for is the idea that I won't play Celeste at all. That Cahill Comics will actively not play Celeste. I need to get a couple games on Switch. Honestly, so maybe I'll add Celeste to the big old list. I figured I want to get, I don't know if I said this, but I figured I want to get Assassin's Creed 4 on Switch. Because, I just want a good single-player pirate experience. And right now, the only one that comes to mind is, unfortunately, just Assassin's Creed 4. Oswald likes strawberries. I've actually never fed Oswald a strawberry. Maybe he would, considering how well strawberries and bananas go together. But I'll put a lot of stuff out in front of Oswald, and he will not go for it. Not in the way he goes for, like, bananas and strawberries. I assure you, Oswald not... What is... Oh my lord, what is wrong with my... Oh, that's not good. That's also not good. Is there not a refresh feed? Oh my lord, fuck me. What is happening on the art right now? That was like 15 minutes ago. I'm not exaggerating. Oh my lord. Life is a fucking nightmare. Okay. I guess I'm just not an art streamer anymore. Because fucking life said so. Like, can I just not have a 2-monitor? I am a little frustrated by this. No one should be like, oh no, Cahill. Cahill is deeply upset. I'm a little upset. I'm not too deeply upset. It's just my computer's being... I cannot express my hate for Mac enough. Have a good night, Pulsar. I'm not Pulsar, the Paula. Why did I say Pulsar? I need I need help. I need professional help. I'm gonna call it early, okay? Because we could either keep fucking, you know, keep trying to fix technology, or I could just call it a bit early. So I think we'll call it a bit early, and we'll come back on Thursday with a bit of a chunkier Dark Souls 2 stream. I apologize for this. At first, it was just Parsec. That was like a screen sharing program that wasn't working for me. And now it's the one I've been using for like a year now, for the entire year. Y'all ever think about that? I've been streaming for like a good 2 years at this point. This is like my second full year of streaming. Wild. Wild to think of and do. But yeah, thanks guys for being here. Let's see who's good to live. Dollop Days is live. Is Dollop Days doing... Dollop Days is doing Fortnite! Yeah! Oh, heck yeah. We're rating Dollop Days. She's great. I really encourage everyone to check her out. She's a great person. And, well, I wouldn't... I'm trying to attest to her stream things. I do not know her personally. But, like, you know, she's one of Snapcube's crew and such. She's been like some of the newer stuff too, like the newer dubs and everything. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for being here. I'll see you later. Bye.